Happy Wednesday, class of 2020. I'm coming at you from my husband's work where I am using an empty office because everyone else is working from home. I still don't have internet at home, so I can't work from there. So I'm chilling here in an office that is not mine, doing my best to get some things taken care of for you guys and get them off of my to-do list. So before we get into school-related stuff, I just want to remind you guys to take a minute to stop and breathe. I actually just did this in an email with a student who was just stressing out a little bit. So we took a moment, she in her home and me in this office, to imagine where we'd like to be, to think about what it would feel like, what it would smell like, what we would see, what we would hear, what we would feel. We went canoeing, which to me is fantastic. We went on a nice, quiet river full of nature and beautiful sunshine and just listened to the water, listened to the oar as we paddled, listened to birds and animal noises coming from the banks. It was incredibly relaxing, and I know it sounds a little weird, but you know, life is a little weird right now, so perhaps now is the time to try something that you might not have tried before. Now is the time when we have to get more creative with how we keep our peace, keep our sense of positivity, how we keep an outlook that is hopeful. So giving thanks is one of those ways. Another way is to mentally go somewhere else, even if we can't physically be in a different location. So take some time to do that for yourself. Give it a chance. Just give it a chance. You don't have to tell me about it. You don't have to tell anyone about it. But I promise it will help if you just take a few moments to travel in your mind to somewhere beautiful, somewhere that brings you peace or joy. Maybe it's an amusement park with a huge roller coaster. I also love roller coasters, so that might be my next one. And while I'm there, I'll probably get some cotton candy. You know, just the fun things that we aren't able to do right now. So take some time to do that and find a sense of grounding, find some hope, find some peace, find a place of quiet so that you can organize your thoughts and all of the tasks that you have in front of you, whether it's work or school or planning for your future for the next step. Take those few minutes to do something different. Give yourself a little bit of an escape. That being said, we'll get into a little bit of business. So I'm going to look at my notes because my memory has not gotten any better being away from work. The first thing I want to talk to you about. So we are technically in fourth quarter when you look at the original school calendar and what we're supposed to be doing right now. I'm going to give you some direction that is not what we typically do. I want you guys to focus on third quarter zeros. If you get into your Power School and you click on your third quarter grade and there are zeros for any assignments, you can still go back and do those assignments. If it's something like a lab that happened, before we were out of school, talk to your teacher, email your teacher for some sort of alternate assignment that you can use to create a grade in place of that zero. So the idea here is to get your third quarter grade as high as you possibly can. Those third quarter grades are potentially going to become very important. And because you all have the ability to go back and take care of those grades, I want that to be your focus. So that's focus number one. Focus number two, I know I told you this on Monday, but I'm going to talk about it again. If you're taking a class on Edgenuity, you need to make sure and get that finished up. We're checking all of that daily, and I'm going back through all of your classes, making sure that everyone has what they need. Let's see here. Okay, so on Monday at 2 o'clock, we're going to have another Zoom meeting for seniors. So Mrs. Glancy and myself will be in charge of that. We may have some visitors with us who are just kind of there to see what we're doing, see how you guys are doing as representatives for the entire class of 2020, things that you might be thinking about. We want to understand what questions you might have that we haven't thought of so that we can get them taken care of. So make sure to spread the word and join that meeting at 2 o'clock on Monday if at all possible. If you are not able, see if maybe one of your parents can join us, or let me know in an email or on Google Hangouts. You can message me and I will send you any information that you might miss. Two questions that I've gotten quite a bit recently. One has to do with locker clean out and the other one has to do with cap and gown pickup. So the district is hoping to come up with some plan for how to get all of these things taken care of. These are all of the housekeeping things that are normally like super easy, that are like way not easy this time. So we do have kind of a chunk of dates that we will be looking at depending on how our county and our city handles the COVID limitation of public access to things. But we do have some ideas on how we can carve out time to make sure that you all get the things that belong to you that you've left in your lockers, first of all. And when it comes to cap and gown, we'll be putting a plan together that will let you know about on how and when those can be picked up. I know a number of you are hoping to get some photos taken in your cap and gown before graduation. So know that I know that and that we are working on some sort of plan for that to happen as well. We want you guys to have everything that you need, and caps and gowns are included in that. Still no word on prom rescheduling. Don't know for sure what that's going to look like. No final word on when graduation will be, but I am going to upload a document into Google Classroom that was sent to us from Balfour, who you bought your cap and gown from. And it's just there are little cards that says, this is my new graduation time and place, so that you can include that in announcements if you haven't sent out graduation announcements yet or invitations. Or if you've already sent them and you want to follow up with when your new graduation will be, when we know it, you can use that document. You can print those out and include them or mail them out individually to people you may have invited to graduation. So I'll be uploading that into Google Classroom. It's a master copy, so you can print as many as you need, just depending on how many invitations you sent out. Obviously, we don't know the information for graduation yet, but as soon as we have that, then you'll be able to fill those out and send them out to people who really wanted to see you graduate. I'm trying to think if there is anything else. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, and I don't have anything else on my notes. We don't have a whole lot of time left for this school year, especially for you guys. Just keep focused for a little bit longer, unless you hear differently from me. We're getting extremely close to the end, and I know this is not the way any one of us wanted this to go down, but I'm hopeful that we will still have graduation. That really does lift my spirits, because it's important to me to get to be able to congratulate you guys and to say goodbye as you move on to the next chapter. So I'm just looking forward to that whenever it may be, and I know you all are as well. I miss you guys very much. Thank you for those of you that are emailing and reaching out to me on Hangouts or responding if I text you or whatever the case is. All of those little things really do mean the world to me. So I think you guys know how much I care about you. Don't feel like you're alone. It may feel like you are sometimes, but in that moment when you're feeling blue or disconnected or unhappy, remember that I'm dealing with the same things, and so are your friends. So we are all in this weird situation of being alone together. Reach out to someone that you love today who does not live in your house. Reach out to them. Let them know you're thinking about them, that you care about them. We need each other in these times. So my friends have become incredibly important to me. The text messages and the video calls. Do the same for yourselves, because these connections are how we're going to get through. And I promise you, we are going to get through. I can feel it. The end is near. I really want to get out there and get life back to normal as much as we possibly can. So I plan on posting another video on Friday. I may have a few more updates, so keep your eyes open for that. Visit Google Classroom to find the link for the Zoom meeting, and I hope to see every one of you on Monday. Bye, guys.